What if silence wasn't empty, but full of answers? What if the noise we keep consuming every day isn't helping us connect, but distracting us from ourselves? This is Jay's story. No breakdown. No heartbreak. No spiritual retreat. Just a quiet, curious decision. What happens if I delete every social app for 30 days? Not to escape the world, but to meet himself. He couldn't stand silence. In elevators, in waiting rooms, even during meals, his thumb would instinctively unlock his phone. Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube. Repeat. He had forgotten how to be bored, how to be still. And then, one weekend, after getting 3 notifications in a minute while trying to read a book, something snapped. He stared at the screen and thought, why am I always online, but feeling so disconnected? That night, he deleted everything. The first 3 days were strange. Every few minutes, his fingers moved toward the phone, only to remember, there's nothing there. The silence was louder than he expected. He didn't realize how much he relied on digital noise to avoid internal noise. Old regrets, insecurities, thoughts he hadn't processed in years began surfacing. And in that silence, he realized. He wasn't afraid of being alone. He was afraid of facing himself. Jay journaled. Not perfectly, but honestly. What am I afraid to hear in silence? That question stayed with him. By the second week, something beautiful began to happen. He started noticing things. The way his coffee tasted. The way light entered his room in the morning. The voice in his head slowing down, like dust settling after a storm. He had deeper conversations with his parents. He read books without checking his phone. He started walking, without earbuds, and actually listened to the sound of the city. He hadn't become a monk. But he had found something rare. Presence. He realized how often we use noise to mask clarity. And now, he could hear himself again. At the end of 30 days, Jay didn't delete his accounts forever. But he returned with new rules. He muted every non-essential notification. No phone in the first and last hour of the day. And once a week, a digital detox, no screen, no scroll. He didn't want to disconnect from the world. He just didn't want to forget himself while being in it. Jay now says, a silence didn't make my life louder. It made it clearer. Sometimes, clarity isn't found by thinking harder, but by removing the noise that drowns your truth. We often chase clarity through books, videos, advice. But maybe what we need is less. Less noise. Less distraction. More intentional presence. Ask yourself, when was the last time you sat in silence, without reaching for your phone? Maybe, just maybe, the answers you're seeking are already inside you. If only you'd pause long enough to hear them. In the rushing world, thanks for slowing down. This is ZelfView, your reflective mirror.